Hi everyone, this is Andrea, the Girl Plus Paper. In today's video, I would like to show you how I made this little Santa gift tag and ornament using our holiday cheer kit from Close to My Heart. In my big bundle, I received this whimsical stamp set along with this traditional stamp set. I got to choose which one I wanted to use, so I started with the Santa Claus that you see in this ornament. I'm going to pick up the ornament so that you can get a better look at exactly what it looks like inside. My kit came with bases, 10 for the round ornaments, and 4 of each of these holiday bulbs and water globe bases. In addition, I also received 18 of these shaker windows, loose sequins in gold, and our holiday mix, and even gold embellishing thread to make the hangers and the little bows that you see at the top of my ornament. Using my shaker card dies, I made the outside ring to my shaker element, and that also left me with a nice big circle in the middle. That's the piece there that I used to make the outside ring. Then using my intense black ink and my acrylic block and my stamping image of my Santa, I went ahead and stamped onto one of the white daisy pieces. Right now I'm pointing to the base, and that's the white daisy piece that you see the Santa stamped on. The base is a little bit rough and not so white, and that's why they have included the white daisy ornament pieces right in the set. They also give you a digital cut, so a digital file, so if you need to make more of these cuts, you're able to. So don't fear if you mess up your stamping or don't like your coloring, you can cut more, no problem at all. I'm going to speed up my coloring a little bit, but I'm using the medium tone in our Spectrum Noir dark red marker and just outlining some of the important parts here. And then I move on to the light end and I fill those in as well. And here I'm showing you that if you don't have a perfect fussy cut, you can go ahead and color in the edges and it cleans things up. I am just trying to draw in a little bit of the outside color and fill in the hat. And now I've got my pale pink marker and I'm just making these little dots on Santa's cheek to give him a little more color and under his nose. And I'm going to color his face now with the fair skin marker, the lightest of the fair skin color. And then I decided to just add a little shading with the medium tone of the fair skin marker as well. Okay, I wanted to add a little more of that pale pink back. And now I'm on to the holly. I'm using the dark end of my citrus green marker. And I am coloring the entire holly leaf in with the light end. Going back to the dark here and I'm brushing up on the edges. And you'll see on the one side, the edges are now gone and same with the second leaf. So I like how that tidies that up. It's just a little trick that I play since I have trouble right now cutting and using my left hand. Okay, so I'm showing you now that I have used the brown gray, the lightest color of the brown gray marker. And I just wanted to give Santa's beard and mustache and his little trim on his hat just a little more color. You know, many of the examples that we've seen have just been dull white, and I wanted to just give it a little more definition. And I really like how that simple change turned out and just defined his white parts. Now I am taking one of the bright red loose sequins out of my holiday packet, trying to find an appropriate size one. Because although I've colored the holly berries on Santa's hat, I'm sort of losing it against the hat itself since they're the same color. So I am fighting against static here and I'm trying to find one that I like. And I think that's a good size. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my liquid glass, which I think is imperative that you have this to make these shaker cards. So I'm just going to go ahead and put a little bit down, just enough so that it holds my little red sequin. And I think that is just the perfect finishing touch on my cute little Santa Claus. And I'm going to hold it up for you to see. What do you guys think? It just gives it that little extra, right? Really cute. Now is what I consider the important part. of putting together the ornament. I would usually grab my tape runner and adhere the white daisy piece to my backing, but I forgot to bring it along with me. So we're just going to work on building the shaker right on our white daisy ornament piece. So I've grabbed the foam part and so I'm looking at the ring on the outside of the foam. And you'll notice that we're going to use the outside to build our shaker, but then I'm left with all of these cute little foam dots that I can use on other projects. So I carefully put my finger against the foam dots on the inside, hold them down while I gently work away the foam ring. I find this is the easiest way for me to do it. And that's why I'm letting you see the entire process here instead of speeding it up. I know there's lots of different methods, but this one just seems to work the best for me. And I'm almost free. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to carefully place that little foam ring down as close to the edge as I can get and keep it in as much of a circle as I can. Had to free my finger there. And I just give it a good press down to make sure that it is adhered so that none of the sequins slip out once we make our shaker element. Okay, so now remember how you had the insides once you cut out the gold rim? I used the inside of that to make some confetti with the stars. So I have a bag of those confetti all ready to go, and I'd like to put some into the card. You're going to watch for a couple seconds here as I go ahead and I flip all of those little confetti that I made out of that gold glitter paper over to the right side because I want all of the stars to face up. I don't want any white stars showing. So you'll see right now I'm just going ahead and taking the time to do that because I thought that was really important that they were all in the right position. Now that they're where I'd like them, I'm actually going to use a little liquid glass and I'm going to put dots around the top of the Santa because I want to go ahead and just in like 3 or 4 places be able to put those little stars into the glue so that they're locked down in place. So even if the ornament is standing on its ends and all of the shaker elements are down at the bottom, you're still going to have a few of those little stars. So just placing those around with my pin head, which came out of my bottle of liquid glass, and it seems to pick them up pretty easily and I'm able to place them pretty easily. Okay, so so far that's pretty easy to follow, right, girls? I'm going to grab my bag of gold sequins, the loose gold sequins, and I'm going to open it, which again isn't so easy for me with this hand. Um, but once I get this bag open, we're going to put just a little handful in. My first shaker card, I felt like there was just so many big glitter pieces in there, big sequins that sometimes Santa felt a little covered up to me. So I'm going to go just a little lighter, and you'll see here that there is such a good mixture. Just arranging them a little bit, flipping them over off screen. So you'll see there's some dull gold sequins and there's some shiny bright gold sequins, and then there's little stars that are kind of iridescent and little sequins that are iridescent. So I think I have enough in there. I'm going to go a little lighter, like I said, and I'm going to grab the acetate part from my shaker window kit. So you've already seen the foam where I pulled the rim from, and here is a piece of acetate. And I feel the piece because there's going to be a side that's a little bit smooth, and that side does not have the protective covering. And the other side is going to feel a little bit more not so smooth. And so I just go ahead with my fingernail and I just peel that up and off. So I'm just going to set that aside for a moment, and I'm going to go ahead and peel the protector coating off of my foam shape there. So now all the adhesive is exposed so that when I go ahead and line up my acetate piece, I just line it up pretty carefully and it sticks. Just going to push it down a little bit and give it a shake and make sure everybody stays in. And I think I like how that one looks. So just enough to be fun, but not too much that it covers Santa up. And then I'm going to grab that gold glitter ring that we made out of the shaker thin cuts. And I'm going to once again use the liquid glass, and I'm going to put a thin layer around the outside of that ring. I don't want it to be too heavy because it will squish out when I go to lay it down. So just make sure you put a light layer around your ring and then just go ahead and lay it down over your shaker. And that just really gives it a nice finishing touch, doesn't it? As the finishing touch, I'm going to put down just a little liquid glass onto the back of my little holly berry leaf, and I'm going to attach that onto the glitter rim up near the top. I'm going to get some of my gold embellishing thread, and I'm going to make both the hanger and a little bow that I've tucked in and glued on, and my ornaments are complete. One other thing that I might consider adding on the back is a to and from and a merry and bright sentiment from my whimsical stamp set as well. And that completes my gift tag and ornament. I hope you've enjoyed making this little project with me, and I would love to see you next time. Thanks for watching.